is a spectral sigil off the first sort of test kill of this Corporal Beast method. So this will be the introduction to the video. So welcome to a brand new video, guys. We're going to be doing a AFK sort of video and basically to highlight how decent Corp is. So like I said, in this video, we're going to be testing this Corp method. I've never really killed it with necromancy before, so that's why I was just sort of doing a test kill to see like how AFK it was. And yes, by that drop, it is very AFK. So in terms of Corp Beast and how Corp Beast is in terms of an AFK money making method, so in terms of profit per hour, the Corp Beast is estimated to be roughly between 8 and 9 mil per hour. Now this does depend on quite a few of its drops. So Corp Beast does have a selection of skilling items, so if they are up generally in price, it can be better and it can be more towards 10 mil. But if it's not, it can be a bit more down towards the 8 mil range. So with Corp, we have the collection log and really the 4 main ultra rare drops, and these are these sigils. So luckily, we've got the special sigil already on the first kill of this trip, but you also have access to the arcane, Elysian, and divine sigils as well. In terms of other rare drops, there's the holy elixir and the spirit shield as well. In terms of other drops though, Corp's best drop in terms of a normal drop is probably the onyx bolts. That is going to sort of give you roughly about 2.7 mil per drop every time you get onyx bolts. And dotted between them as well is some other decent drops which will add up over time. Now, this has been marked down as an AFK boss, and not only just that, an AFK boss which has a very high charm drop rate. You can really start to rack up blues and crimson charms at a decent speed, because every time a charm drop happens, it is in a multiple of 13. So not only could this boss be a decent AFK boss log for you to collect, you can actually rack up a decent amount of charms if you're not 200 mil or 99 summoning yet. The dark core which dots around drops ashes, and because they're at a decent price at the minute, you could look at noting those as well, just for a little bit of extra profit, but it won't be too much anyway. In terms of how I'm doing this AFK method, I have followed a PVM guide by Rugged Hobo. I'll make sure to drop it in the description, his video and full guide as well. Really well done, and pretty much set me up within 5 minutes being able to kill it. As you see by the kills now, it's no real issue. As long as you're at 99 HP to start with, you will have a few little moments where you're struggling, but the coil will take care of the core. And in terms of killing Corp itself, like necromancy does do some pretty decent damage. I was surprised just how easy this was, and this is definitely going to be my next AFK boss log. I'm looking for things like this to do on the main account all the time because I need it to be productive and do stuff, especially like using this boss log as a way to trade necromancy. It's even better for me as well. But yeah, roughly about 8 to 9 mil per hour of AFK profit through Corp Beast is pretty nice, and something I'm going to be doing going forward as well. I'll be doing an overall long-term like boss loot video from Corp Beast once we finish the log, because I'm really interested, because the Corp Beast log, especially because of how rare the sigils are, I've seen some like screenshots of some absolute nightmare logs of people going like 12k dry, or I've seen some really lucky logs of people just finishing it up in 600 kills. So I'm quite interested to see how it will be. Either way, we're going to make some money. I'm going to rack up some charms just in case they become viable anytime soon. Worst case, could use them for some more binding contracts. And that's another reason to come to Corp as well. Charms do have a value still. Binding contracts mean that like charms always have some form of profit if you want to use them and do them that way. Now currently, through Market Watch, in some other videos we've done, we've highlighted just how much profit these binding contracts are. So to have a nice little decent amount of charms would be pretty nice. And again, the Corp Beast is quite good, and the Corp Pet as well is another pretty nice one to add to the collection as well. As I've shown by my log, I've not done anything. It's a nice title, and it's one which would be pretty good to finish anyway. So in terms of the method, again, I'm going to put the video I've used in the description just so you guys can watch the full guide. I'm taking full necro, and one thing which could make this possibly quicker is actually having Death Dealer. The ability to death mark at 20% HP is pretty mega, to be fair, and I'm just using full Ryziel because it's my best perk set. But here, you're really sort of falling back on the ability to poison the Corp Beast, as well as using your conjures to really sort of hit and do the damage. You've got the Ghost to heal you, and the Skeleton just to go on a full rampage and do all the damage. So that's my info, that is what I've taken. Full Ryziel, I've taken the Blood Necklace for heals, Penance, and the Wen Book, and again my tier 95 weapons. And then really, in terms of the info, all you need is some overloads, prayer renewals, Odat coil, Excalibur, just for some HP heals, and some note paper because of the kind of drops Corp does drop. But yeah, while I've been speaking to you guys, I've just pretty much been sat back doing this boss log. No real issues, and just going to be AFKing away for the future. Over the Christmas holidays, and as well, I've got next week off from work. I am going to be starting to look into doing a couple more of the PVM related sort of guides. seeing if they're worth it for AFK money or see if they're worth pursuing for the actual in-game time you're going to use. So next week I will have plenty of time to make videos, so if you know of any money making methods or any sort of content you want to see, make sure to drop it in the comments and I'll make sure to look into it and make the content for you guys as well. But for the foreseeable, I'll be AFKing at Corp Beast. The 2 other accounts are going to be working their way, making as much Christmas wrapping paper profit as possible. I have got a second spectral sigil. I don't know quite how that worked. I don't even think I have many kills at Corp. Let me see how many Corp kills I have. Oh, never mind, 238. I've pretty much done like 20 this sort of instance. That's 2 spectral sigils, which is mad, but not worth a lot, but it's really cool. And I can't believe, like, on my first trip I've already got 2 in the log. It's not often you can magic note paper some sigils because you need info space, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, in terms of a boss, this is great. Like, I'm racking up charms. It'll be my nice... I've been looking for a new AFK boss log to do for a little while. Catfight Queen, I got a little bit burnt out after about 500 kills because I was really hoping it'd be a nice quick one. It's just not that interactive. It's a bit too, like, in between AFK and not AFK. Ooh, white berries, that's a good one. But this one is just a nice full AFK. I'm not even using the ability to do darkness as well, which will take even less damage. But what I'll probably do, I'll probably finish this hour out and then do a little bit of a roundup of how much I've made and what my opinions are, even though I'm pretty much sold on the Corp Dream. This will definitely be my boss log for over Christmas, and hopefully not too long I'll be here, but I'll make a decent amount of profit while I'm here as well. But I'll come back at the end, or if we get any more sigil drops, and then we'll run through how it is for profit. So that is the last kill of our hour, and we actually pick up the Onyx Bolts drop, which I said was one of the better drops you can get. Absolutely the best common drop you can get, and as you can see by my info, we did pretty well. At a wiki stage, you can do roughly about 6 kills per hour, which for us, we were doing like 40 to 45 second kills on average, which is pretty good. I kind of got that price wrong for the Onyx Bolt C. It's 1.2 mil for the drop, but for an Alka as well, to throw into your machine, 6.5k. I'm pretty sure these out for, yeah, 9k. So that's definitely one to get invested in. And when I go to the Grand Exchange next, I'll be throwing that in as an offer. But what we're going to look at now is the price check. So let's see how much we have made for this hour. So I have got 2 cannonball drops, which is 4k cannonballs. So 2.7 mil is not a bad start. So I'm going to throw in some of the less drops because they're not too great. So teak planks took a massive nosedive, so they're only 160k to add into the price check. White berries are still good, are still a good price. So 400k drop for those is pretty good. Green dragon hides have gone through the floor, but they will rack up over time. Sharks the same, very cheap, but will rack up. The rune bolts are nice, yeah. And then finally adding on top the Onyx bolts. So we've made 5.4 mil in that hour. Now what it does add for to bump it up to that price, which we said about the 8 to 9 mil per hour, is the sigils. The sigils will average over hours and average over time, and that will add up to bump you up on the price. Although it does look like a slightly sort of down hour, I think you expect more than just one Onyx Bolts E-drop per hour, which is probably where we've slipped a little bit there. But if we throw in the spectral sigils, we are at a total of 12.6 mil per hour, which getting 2 sigils per hour is very unrealistic. We did really well there, but it's very unrealistic. In terms of kills, I'll just check Corp Beast 272. So yeah, I'd say we've done about 50 to 60 kills, which is pretty good. This is definitely going to be my AFK boss for December. That along with the Catfight Queen to hopefully get that pet done. We're currently at a total of 576 KC, and we just pretty much need the pet to finish that off completely. But that is the Corp Beast. Very nice, very AFK, and probably a way for me to train my necromancy a bit more. I've been trying to train my necromancy through bossing, which will encourage me to do pet logs. So this will be a nice one to do for a little while, and hopefully we can rack up some XP as well as some GP before getting that little Corp pet as well. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Any ideas for content, drop them in the comments. Like I said, I've got plenty of time to do it for the future. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.